Young Caleb was the redhead that was really good at baseball. He was always just really good at sports, and I just loved being competitive, definitely.
He grew up on a house full of girls. You go out and play basketball or baseball with me, and then he would have to go play Barbies with them. Really, our relationship kind of developed around playing catch with each other.
My dad was a pastor, and so there's always one thing that I said I never want to do, and that's be pastor.
It was at a summer camp, and asked a question if anybody in the camp felt called into a pastoral ministry, and he stood up, and I was about as shocked as anybody.
At that moment, how much God loves you, how much God cares for you, it really started clicking, kind of stepping away from who my dad was and becoming who I was.
Along with his newfound passion for ministry, Caleb's presence on the diamond as a pitcher grew.
I obviously thought, hey, pitching is going to be my meal ticket to college. And so I've always been focused on that, but then I tore my labrum, and that kind of puts things in perspective. When I started trying to throw and stuff, I just couldn't really lift my arm or make my normal throwing motion.
You know, with a labrum surgery, you can't really throw for a long time, and I just remember him getting in the batting cage and getting coaching and really developing power.
Hitting's probably my meal ticket now, and so I kind of just changed from a pitcher to more of a hitting focus.
I remember sitting down with a coach that was helping him through the recruiting process, and the guy asked him this question. He said, "So where do you want to go to college?"
My dad went to Taylor, my sister went to Taylor for a year, and I had many cousins that went to Taylor. I was pretty much certain I was going to go to Taylor just because of my faith and wanting to be a pastor someday. If there's one school I wouldn't want to go to, it's Ball State.
Surprisingly, Stayton bypassed Taylor University and signed his lone Division I offer, Ball State University.
Uses that here, drills the 2-1 pitch, deep center field. Back on the run, Bowling Green watches it go right over the center field fence and right on cue, Quentin. Caleb Stayton, a 3-run homer.
Nobody ever pressured me into going anywhere. I'm making a name for myself, and so I'm really thankful the way it turned out, and looking back, there's not one reason why I shouldn't have picked Ball State.
In 2016, Stayton ranked 10th nationally with 71 RBI, the second most ever for a Cardinal in a season. As he continues to stuff the box score in his final campaign, he awaits a possible MLB draft selection in June.
I want to play baseball until somebody says I can't. It's also not everything to me. It's what I do, but it's not really who I am.
He said, "Hey Rachel, I really care about you. I could see you being my wife someday." And I just saw the kind of leader he was and how his faith in God was number one. And that was attractive to me, especially since you don't really see that very often.
John, I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
I think the biggest thing, especially pertaining to Ball State, is how God's pushed me and made me into something that I would have never guessed for myself.
Your job today is not simply to watch a wedding, but instead we invite you to witness the miracle of two becoming one.
A relationship with Christ it's everything. There could be nothing more to me.